Jesus was a man known for prayer. Jesus did nothing without praying. Everything he did, he would go to prayer and make decisions. He would go to prayer. The Bible says that he chose his men based on the prayer that he had one night with his Father. The Bible speaks of prayer as a very important thing. It's the tool that we use to communicate with God, and not only communicate with him, but also listen to him. So prayer is not just something where you just mumble a bunch of words and a list that you can bring forth that you desire things. It's a communication tool whereby God talks to you, talks to your heart, gets right down to the nitty-gritty of that place that's deep inside of you. And then you can express those deep things within yourself. Elijah, the scripture says, was also a man of prayer. And he prayed so mightily that it wouldn't rain on the earth. And it didn't rain. He also prayed that fire would come down from heaven and destroy his enemies. All throughout the Bible, we see the great men of God praying. Daniel was a man of prayer. David even said in the Psalms that morning, noon, and evening, I pray before God. Prayer is so important for your life. It's the thing that gives you the start in the day. It's that thing that reminds us that we have a place to go, a refuge in the times of trouble. You know, I remember when I kind of learned how to pray many years ago. I didn't know how to pray. And then someone told me prayer is just talking to God. And what I did, I put down a list. I wrote people's names on a list, maybe 10 names, and I asked God to bless them for that day. Then the next week, I wrote down another 10 names, and I asked God to bless the other 10. And I started to see people come to me and say things to me like, this is happening in my life, and that happened. And it was the exact same things that I was praying for them. So it built a confidence and a faith within my heart to keep praying. And I learned how to pray. I learned how to communicate with God. I learned how to listen to him. Every man has to have a prayer life if we're going to be successful in anything that we do in this life, whether in business, whether in our homes, whether in any field that we're functioning in. Prayer is utterly important. You know, it's so important that it can change you. It says in the scriptures that Jesus, when he went to a mountain, he prayed with his disciples. And as he prayed, it says, he was transfigured before them. Prayer changed him. It transfigured him. Prayer can change you and transfigure you into someone who God has called you to be. It's a wonderful experience to come up out of a prayer. You feel refreshed, you feel alive. And it's the thing that gives us wisdom for the day. Just wanted to remind you that today. Prayer is very important. So start praying right now. This is Eric Butler, and this is a Legacy Minute.